up.
Oh, I love that so much. Thank you so much, DKL. Again, shout out to the super ultra talented DKL. Let me tell y'all a minute before I get into the good mornings. I believe he made that like 10 to 15 minutes after Friday's video because he literally was like, yo, I got something you're gonna like. And I'm like, turn right around, bam. So DKL, thank you. I love it. I love it a lot. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. It's February 7th, 2022. It's the second week of February. Can you believe it already? I mean, we just got here and we already here. So I hope everybody's had a great weekend, a relaxing weekend. I had a really relaxing, great weekend. I got a great massage. Is what I needed. I really needed a great massage. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. Good morning, Chocolate Cocoa 85. Thank you for being the first one to drop down. I appreciate it. You don't understand. It used to be times where nobody dropped down for a long time. So I appreciate you for being the first person. Miss Jones, thank you. Thank you for also being a member. I appreciate it so much. No one cares. I hope someone cares. I do. And thank you for being a member too. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, King Roman News got to come through. Hey, Miss Jones, Indigo. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much and all your words of wisdom. Good morning, Daisy. How you doing? Carrie, how you doing? Good morning to you. It's always a good pleasure to see you, Carrie. Life is good. Good morning to you. Life is good. Life is good. Good morning to you. Hot spicy tea. Good morning. Good morning. All right. You know, I'm trying to keep up with the chat. And good morning to everyone who is in their bed, rolling over, about to start their day, in their car, headed to work, or if you already at work about to start your day. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. All right. So let's get into a couple of things. First thing I wanted to do was I told you guys that I wanted to start my lives with we're making donations. We're going to support these organizations. My theme for my Black History Month is paying it forward. You know, I think that's been the theme I've been talking about in a lot of different ways. So the first organization we're going to support, and I think we talked about this, is the HBCU Access to College Readiness Program. And I think this is so important for us to get behind and support. This program, it focuses on college preparation and early awareness for students grade 8 through 12 and their families or guardians. Program courses are designed to prepare students for the challenges and new responsibilities post-secondary education brings to them and their families. So they offer courses like time management, internship and scholarship sourcing, essay preparation, networking, college tours, and applying for financial aid. So I think it's a great thing for us to get behind. So I went ahead and made a donation this morning. And they sent a nice little thank you. And we as a channel have gifted them $50. So our first organization, we've gifted them $50. I did it, of course, in the honor of the King Roman News channel. I don't even have a name for our crew yet, but the King Roman News channel. And so this is in our bucket, $50 down. Day one. I think you all should really get behind this access HBCU college readiness program, because it's great to be in college and need help, but it's even better when we have a pipeline of students going to those schools. So if we can throw our heads in the race and get out there and start supporting them and getting them in college. I know I was a part of I can't remember it, the McNair program, Ronald McNair program, and the TRIO Student Support Services program. It was an excellent program for college. So we need to go ahead and do that. Good morning, Red Wings Hockey. Miss Juicy Reviews, how you doing? It's so good to see you. I enjoyed you this weekend. Yes, I did. I will be in and out because I'm getting my daughter. Okay, cool. I hope everything goes good too. Good morning, Miss T Velocity in the building. How you doing? Sharona B, it's good to see you. Yes, so if you are just coming in, our first organization is the HBCU Foundation. And we are gifting them $50 this morning, access HBCU college readiness. Now, what I'm going to do is put in the chat, if you want to yourself make a donation and support them, please do so. And if you can, under this video, drop a note and let me know how much you donated. And what I'll do is I'll add that to our collection. I'm trying to see, how do you pin a comment so I can keep that comment up there for who all want to support. Pin message. All right, message is pinned. All right, so again, please, if you, Miss Toby, how you doing? Good morning. Hey, Joyce. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you all for being here. So again, make your donation. Let me know. Drop it under the video. I'll have a final total at the end of the month of how much money, okay, what our impact is as a channel to support a lot of organizations that are doing a lot of great work around the United States. But I definitely want to get HBCU in there this morning. So we got them in there in the group. Coco, what's going on? Peace to you. One of the people in the back. Okay, that's me. Morning. I'll be way in the back tipping in. Hey, y'all. All right, let's get into some hot topics. Oh, and also, so somebody sent me a bunch of tips on Instagram. I guess they're professional into the media world. They do hosting or something. I'm not gonna say their name, but they gave me a whole bunch of comments. And one of the comments was, why don't you get index cards and put your notes on the index cards? And I was in the store, I got some index cards, and I thought that was a very clever idea. And I actually now want to go to the point where I brand the back of them. So thank you for that idea. I'm telling you, criticism is great, constructive, whatever it is, I welcome it. And this helps me my flow of the show. So thank you. I appreciate it. All right, now that we got that out of the way, the first thing I want to talk about, you all, is this. Can you believe it? The Color Purple Cast 2 has now finally been completed. We have Fantasia playing Celie. We have Danielle Brooks playing Sophie, Oprah. Haley Bailey from Chloe and Haley, she's playing young Nettie. We have Coleman Domingo playing Mr. and her playing Squeak. Taraji P. Henson playing Suge Avery, and Corey Hawkins playing Harpo. I think this is a fantastic opportunity right now, while we can to embrace the culture. Everybody always talk about things of the past and how do you update it to a modern day, and I think this is a great way for them to do it. I want to share this because I thought it was so Let me remove something from the screen. Oh, okay. I wanted to show y'all this. This was so.
I just, like I was like, fingers crossed, palms together. Hey. Danielle. Hey, how you doing?
Yes. Yes.
How are you? I am here representing all things purple to tell you that you are our Sophia. Such a pretty name. Sophia. Yes, it is. I'm so happy to pass whatever baton from 35, almost 40 years ago to you. And I know you're going to kill it because look, I saw this, honey. Oh, my heart is full. Oh, my God. My heart is so happy. Thank you. Yes. Sophia.
That was so sweet. So that was actually her. Yeah, it was a very emotional moment. I'm sorry it went out like that for a little bit. I had to switch over to another StreamYard window. It was a very touching moment. Now, look at this other moment. I thought this was, I love me some of her. So look at this other moment that they celebrated on the announcing of who was going to be a part of the cast. Jesus Christ. My girl.
Girl. Oh my God. Talk about I won't say no, you don't even have to give me that. Talk about it, girl. You know I want. Thank you. You see that, Cassie? Yeah!
You got the part, girl.
What part you talking about? Girl. Oh my God. Talk about I won't say no, you don't even have to give me that. Talk about it, girl. You know I want. Thank you. You see that, Cassie?
I thought that was so sweet. So they're working on it. Oprah is producing alongside, I think his name is Chris Smith, but they're producing the film. Of course, this will be a broad musical sort of film, so it will be more singing than what we're used to in this popular film, which of course is adapted from Alice Walker's classic 1982 novel about Black women from the rural South during the early part of the last century, trying to survive and thrive under unspeakable, ever-present cruelties. So this has been geared up. I was trying to find a date for like at least a release date, but I haven't seen anything like that yet. If any of you all know, can you drop it in the chat? I'm super excited. I think I touched on this before about the release of this, how I don't sometimes like remakes. But I think this is due. And I also think Set It Off needs a remake too. So yes, that's my babe. You know I love me some Fantasia. I remember when I went to go see her at the Chicago Congress Theater. It's this auditorium in Chicago, and she was on stage, baby. Like you would felt like you was at home watching her in the middle of the living room, the way she was carrying, and it was just amazing. I love it. Yes, I love it. That's exactly what it is. Good morning, Charlene. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Hey, Brick Girl, what up, sis? How you is? Thank you for being here. No Set It Off remake. Are we gonna do this now? My friends always say this to me. We don't want another Set It Off remake. Why? Why? V Lenore. Hey, can't wait. I'm so excited to see the cast. I'm extremely excited to see them as well. All right, so I want to show you all this. Now, this is a little bit, you know how we do our news. We go all about all across the board. So now there was this Maryland crossing guard risked her life, basically, is what we're gonna say here. Risked her life to save a child because a car almost ran right into the child. Now, I wanted to bring this up because yesterday I'm walking my dog and we're going across a street, a very busy street at that. And this man is trying to make a left turn and across the street. I guess he didn't see me and he kept going and almost decked me and my dog. I couldn't find a weapon quick enough to toss it at his car as he sped away. But I said, "Oh, let me share this. People got to be careful." So let me share this with you all really, really quickly. Now check this one out. Now you see her telling the car to stop, right? You see? You better stay on that ground and just fall out, start having convulsions. And a little girl running. I would have had a whole convulsion out there. I would have fell out, all out. Did you guys see that video? You feel our classics should stay as is. Can't read the chat over here no more. I feel like that should stay as is. We have so many wonderful stories to tell instead of doing remakes. I understand. I feel you. Y'all, I cannot see the chat anymore. I don't know why this happens to us sometimes, but it's like the chat for some reason is just giving me grief. So I can't see the chat. I gotta look on my phone. So y'all let me know if my volume is acting up. Did you see that? Did y'all see that? Now this happened in Cecil County, Maryland. Now the driver is apparently okay. The student is apparently okay. They're doing an investigation. Of course, they reached out to the police and the authorities to make sure there's no foul play. Of course, she's going to be cited and hopefully she goes to jail because you're probably speeding in a school district. I believe that The Color Purple remake will be the Broadway version on film. It's very different than that's what I was saying. It's going to be more singing. It's going to be more of a it's going to be more adapted for like the broad. I don't know if you all had a chance to see the Broadway play with Fantasia. I just saw clips of it online. If you get a chance, check YouTube and to see some clips of the Broadway play online so you can get an idea of how it'll go. Because I think a lot of people think it's going to be similar to what they saw, but there's been a lot of classical films made in a lot of Broadway films made into movies, so it's worth checking out. Baby, the way I would have laid there, I'm telling you, I would have laid there the whole time, started having convulsions and shaking and all kind of shit. Yeah, hell yeah. I've seen people keep driving when a school bus stops to pick up and drop off their kids for school. It's sad. And I'm guilty of being mad at a bus for stopping in front of me and making me wait and then driving around it. But it's stuff like this that reminds you as to why you need to just slow your ass down. Exactly, like Dream Girls. Oh my, yeah. I definitely wanted to share that. I thought it was per usual, some crazy shit. Now, this next story, y'all, I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about it. I just feel like some stuff is best kept to yourself. So, Lamar Odom, okay? Lamar Odom has recently admitted to shitting on himself. So now, he's on Celebrity Big Brother and he's filming with other folks in the house. And so he was taking a shot and one of his fellow housemate guests, he told one of his house guests that he had pooped in his bed, shit it in his bed. I don't know why they're using the word poop. he noticed that Lamar Odom was scrubbing a bit harder than he usually does. And when she asked Lamar Odom about it, he promptly confessed. It was a pretty wild admission. And so what he's saying is it hasn't all been fun and games for him. It's pretty embarrassing because he's someone who suffers from IBS as a result of lactose tolerance. And after drinking some milk before bed, he ran into some real issues. What kind of, here we go. Now, see, this is the kind of shit that'll make you want to put him back. Shitting on, unacceptable to me. I don't know about anybody else, but that is totally unacceptable as a grown-ass man to be shitting on yourself. Now you told somebody. They did, but I think the casting was wrong with that one. They should have had a better celebrity. I would say J-Lo, but I don't think her singing is up to par on that. Good morning, Tori. Not everyone is pooping on themselves. Yes, now it's my thing is that sometimes when you admit your truths in public, you talk about yourself and you say stuff about yourself, it's easy for you to explain in the future. But when you shit on yourself and you know you lactose intolerance and you still drink milk before you go to bed, that's just a clear sign of are you crazy? And then you're gonna admit it to the man on camera. That's what I thought was the craziest thing. Well, you just had well, why not drink milk? That was my other thing. Rick girl, when you have those type of tummy problems, you have no control. Now I'm lactose intolerant, but I have lactate, those the little chewables that you can take before a meal or during a meal, and I pop them all the time and eat everything with milk in it. So I don't never, but I've even when I've slipped up, I've never just passed like shitted on myself. I'm too old for that. Unless you're doing something that we don't know and it's just loose. I don't know. I'm not. I was rooting for Lamar to win, but now, no, I always felt like he just needed some time away from the spotlight. But that is a drug in itself, wanting to be a celebrity. So that was the ultimate fail to me, and it took his character down a notch for me. Like, it's disgusting. I know everybody shits, but I did not need to know he was shitting in the bed like that. All right, so we got to go to another local story, y'all. Okay. Now, this one is a little bit sad, but I wanted to bring it up because we have a lot of parents in the audience who are like getting their kids ready for school and have their kids in school. So I saw this story and I thought it was important. So we have a fourth grader who went to class or whatever. She was in school. Her name is Dakari Smith, 9 years old, fourth grader at Copesell Elementary School. So apparently she was in class making Play-Doh when a guest teacher left a plug-in kettle of boiling water unattended. A child ran by and tripped over a loose cord, spilling the hot water all over Dakari. When it fell on me, this is what she said, when it fell on me, it was burning and I had screamed and ran over to the teacher. She suffered second and third degree burns on her upper body. Now, her family has planned to file a lawsuit against the teacher in Grand Rapids, their edu staff that provides educational services to the school. However, they're saying that it's hard for the mother to file a lawsuit against the school because the government immunity makes it difficult to do so. What do you all think about that? Now, that's that burn, and then this is the other burn. Poor baby. Poor baby. Poor baby. Who drinks milk before bed? He's lying, obviously. Plus, he added sugar to the milk. Good morning, Sassy. I had so much fun with you. Why would the teacher do that with a classroom full of kids? I heard about that story. The teacher was so negligent. Absolutely. And now they're saying that it's hard for her to file a lawsuit against the school because the school has immunity against things like this. A child slipping and falling, another kid, it's you can't sue for a child bumping into another child or something like that. And I'm just like, well, can't you sue for negligence on the part of a teacher? So we're gonna have to stay tuned to this one. They should the school never apologized to the family, she will have those scars for the rest of her life. And not to mention just being traumatized from the whole entire experience. I believe him. He's a recovering drug addict. The drugs can cause the digestive system. It can get pretty bad and cause that real like that. Wow. So you think it was a symptom of drugs? B. Lenore? Really? And if you all please don't mind, please hit the like button. I really do appreciate it. You already know that's the way we get our tips over here. So if you can, please hit that like button. Please hit the like button. That sounds backwards. Was a teacher of privilege? You already know the teacher was of privilege. And the problem with this one is also the group that was teaching this student, they're called Edu Staff. And so Edu Staff is a consulting group that comes in and helps the school. So they're saying that they're indemnified from any reckless behavior or any, you can't hold them harmless because they are protected by the insurance and the protections of the school. So they're just leaning on the protections of the school, which the government is saying, their local government is saying that there's an immunity against suing the school over an accidental fall. And that's what they're deeming it, accidental. Well, I don't think it's accidental at all. I would still sue. Absolutely, I would still sue. The sassy show, but drinking milk before bed was smart or not smart. He's not smart. That rule is the wrong way around. It is. And I think that should be a cause for change. That child got 3rd-degree burns, not acceptable. And it's completely, the burns is definitely something that's going to affect, her body. But I think what's going to affect her even more is that the traumatic experience of being burned in front of everybody in the classroom. And I think all of that adds to it as a child. And, only to be in the 5th grade, only that someone should still be held. Absolutely. The teacher, they should cancel that contract or something. No protection for the kids at all. And, it's a little Black girl. And so, it always begs the question of, how much do you care? Like, is this just a she'll be fine kind of situation? And I love when I hear parents say they about to sue somebody. Like, that'll be, they about to get on that ass, because a lot of people don't realize that when you put some litigation around some people, wrap their ass up in a lot of litigation, they forget all their damn merits. And so in this instance, she don't need even not only does she need to sue the school, she need to sue everything. The motherfuckers who own the kettle holder that was plugged in, that wasn't stable enough on the counter, the contractor, the construction folks of the building, everything. They need to look at every aspect of it. When you bring that heavy litigation all the way around, people start sitting back like, whoa, maybe we need to settle something. Maybe we need to get them a little 100,000. You got to think like that. When one person tell you can't sue them, one of my attorney friends said, you got to look at all angles of the issue. When you start touching one person, the domino effect occur. You just ain't pushing the right person. So, I would keep my button on that shit. Yeah, the trauma is going to be there. Good morning, MTGV. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Trauma is horrible. Yes, but do you know how pain? That's what I'm. Yeah, the pain. But I'm combining that with her screaming and yelling and blood and all of that in front of those students, and that has to be like almost seeing somebody get shot. And that's heavy in itself. So I wanted to bring that up. Now, always talking about someone. I will, because I have a lot of attorney friends. That's why, and I watch them do little shit. I had an attorney friend of mine just draft a letter and send it to someone on my behalf, and it scared the shit out of them. It scared the shit out of them. And so I just be watching them, and I learn a lot of things. They get away with, so lawyers get away with a lot of shit, bills, everything. They'll call up a bill company and say, excuse me, in a heart fucking beat. So I always believe in, when you put that financial sanction on somebody, they buck up. Then you can physically harm someone. Yeah, that only lasts. That's temporary. And sanctions are going to be levied. But when you levy a financial sanction on someone, they think a little different. Or a legal sanction on someone, they think a little different. Need to go protest outside of the teacher's house. Protest, shit, throw eggs, lay down, and paint your wrists the color of the burns. I would. That's some dramatic shit I would do. I would lay right there on the ground, paint it. As soon as they come out the house. Hell no, we won't go. I surely would. Okay. guess you will be surprised with a letter. Won't it? I mean, a letter will do a lot of things. That legal language that you have 5 days to comply kind of language will get somebody right. So yes, I'm you crazy. No, that's yes, yeah. I'm telling you, that man is something else. Lamar Odom is something else. He's still a baby to me. He's still a child. He's still somebody who needs attention. He needs nurturing. He needs to be loved. And when men, when us men get to an age where we are stuck in our ways and we're stuck where we need a woman, not even a woman, but we just need to be nurtured, it's hard to undo that. And I feel like that with Lamar. I feel like he needs somebody that's gonna just, all right, here's your coat. Make sure you got your sweater on. And it's like, get the fuck out of here. Fucking I need you to leave the charge and not laying down. I will. I surely will. I'll be in the grocery stores and shit. When there's a long line, I'm always the first one. Excuse me. Where's the manager? I know the manager got to be on the register. It's 4 managers up here. I'm always like that. It's always a way to get yourself out of a situation. And if it's not the person you're talking to, it's the person behind them. All right, let's get into this other story. So now this other story is crazy, but it's definitely worth talking about. And so there's some crazy shit out here. People just be doing some crazy off the wall shit. So this Iowa man has killed his friend after an argument over mayonnaise, was just recently sentenced to life in prison. Let's get into this. So an Iowa man has been sentenced to life in prison for running over a friend with his car following a fight over mayonnaise. The two friends were eating and drinking at a bar, Moorhead, on December 17th, when Earl Bacher decided to put mayonnaise on Solberg's food. Solberg, who was not happy with the mayo being added, reacted by punching Earl Bacher, leading to a fist fight between the two. Later that night, after making threats to hurt Solberg and others, Earl Bacher spotted the victim outside a nearby cafe and ran him down with his truck. Earl Bacher's first blow to Solberg did not kill him. He can be heard screaming for his brother. Rather than just leave, Earl Bacher went down the street, turned around, came back to strike Solberg a second time to be sure he had completed the job. Earl Bacher drove his truck up and over Solberg one last time. After claiming he was intoxicated and had no intention of killing Solberg, Earl Bacher unsuccessfully attempted to reduce the charge to second-degree murder, which would have resulted in a sentence of 50 years in prison. So now this man is going to jail for life over some fucking mayonnaise. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are we at that point, y'all, over some mayonnaise though? I don't even eat mayonnaise. I'd have been like, bitch, you could take it. So the person who killed the other guy was the person who put the mayonnaise on the person's sandwich. And the person whose sandwich it was didn't like it and punched this dude. And the dude and the other, they got into it. And so the guy who put the mayonnaise on the sandwich and got punched is the one who killed the other guy with his truck. It's like, dog. Right? You being a Karen nigga. Oh, Karen. You might as well, you got to call me what is it? What do they call them? A Bob? Call me a Bobby. I'll be all up in there. I know damn well I'm not finna. I got 2 items in my hand. I don't care. There's no way I'm about to wait in the line all the way down the women's aisle because they don't want to get off their asses. Nope, that's me. The caucasity. Is that what we calling it now? The caucasity? Mayo arguing about mayo. Oh my goodness. Yes, y'all. It's so sad. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. Now, I don't like mayonnaise. And I feel like if a friend of mine puts some mayonnaise on my sandwich, my first reaction isn't to punch you in the face. So this leads me to believe that they had a problem already. You know what I'm saying? A control issue. Maybe he felt like dude was controlling him, because there's no way, unless he was really hungry and irritated, that you're just going to haul off and just knock somebody in the face because they put mayonnaise on your sandwich. I think that's a little bit excessive. And then to try to plead second degree murder because you don't think you didn't intend to kill him, but you ran over him not once, not twice, but 3 times. yeah, I think you need a really good lawyer at that point. Well, now you're in life in jail. It's caudacity. Everyone seems to be taking. Yes, yes. If it's not everyone taking their lives, it's each other. It's us. It's a lot of suicide stuff going on nowadays. We're seeing a lot of folks who are dealing with a lot of suicide, especially celebrities and those who are like of wealthy status. We're starting to see a lot of that. A lot of that attributed to the pandemic. But this definitely was not attributed to the pandemic. This is definitely some. I mean, look at his face. This is definitely some. Yeah, I can't do mayonnaise. I can't see it. That's you know what I mean? Because of course I eat stuff with mayonnaise in it. I just don't want to see you making it like potato salad with mayonnaise. Just don't let me see it. If I see you start dropping all that mayonnaise in there, it's a no for me. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get it on the next go. It's just something about it. It's just I think when I was younger, I ate too much mayonnaise, and it just caused me to be like mayonnaise. No, that's how I am right now with like spaghetti meat. Ugh, I can't do it. I can't do no tacos. I can't do no spaghetti. I can't do no spaghetti. No ground beef right now. It's just I'm ground beef out. I'm waiting. I need something else. All right. Now let's get into this next one. I think everybody's heard about it, but I want to just dissect it a little bit. So this Kanye West post. Yesterday he posted this to his Twitter or IG. Yesterday, Kim accused me of putting a hit out on her, so let me get this straight. I begged to go to my daughter's party and I'm accused of being on drugs. Then I go play with my son and I take my Akira graphic novels and I'm accused of stealing. Now I'm being accused of putting a hit on her. These ideas can actually get someone locked up. They play like that with black men's lives, whether it's getting them free or getting them locked up. I'm not playing about my children, my black children anymore. Now, a lot of I read online, I read everybody's opinions, and everybody's like, oh, he's going crazy, all of this stuff. But if you don't really know the Hollywood celebrity industry, you really wouldn't know what he's talking to and speaking to. And there's some truth in his messaging. Sometimes when you're not following the popular opinion of, I'm not even just saying the Kardashians, but of the messaging, a lot of times you will find yourselves blackballed or deemed crazy or on the outskirts. And I can see how a case and a narrative can begin being built around Kanye West for the opportunity in the future to take custody of the kids away from him or limit that custody or put a lot of restrictions around when and how he can see his kids. What's unfortunate about this is that Kanye doesn't realize that. I mean, he realized that's going on, but he doesn't realize that continuously coming out here to the public with this information is causing more harm than it is doing him any justice. So it's really, really unfortunate. And all of this is really only because of this video here. And let me play it for you all really, really quickly. It's all because of this. And I don't blame him, and I want to get parents' comments on this in the chat. So check this out. Are we gonna play today or come on? I'm sorry, y'all. The video obviously is taking a lot longer to play. If you all don't mind in this little moment, if you can just hit the like button for me, please. All right, let me refresh that screen. All right, here we go. All right. All right, y'all. I want y'all to see this video real quick. This is the reason why Kanye West has been going on his tangent, and I think it's justified. And I really do want to get parents' opinions about it. So this is the TikTok that set it all off.
Could be us. So back to what I was saying. This could be us, what you playing.
All right, I'm gonna play it one more time. Oh no, I'm not. So did you all see that? That was Northwest on her TikTok with her mother, and that is what Kanye West is having this big fuss about. He really doesn't want her on TikTok, and all of these other incidents, you know, wanting the kids to come see his team play in Chicago and having to have a big deal about having the kids come and not having her number to get in touch with her. So we have to reach out to Larry Jackson, who's the creative director at Apple Music, to get Kim Kardashian's number. Then after he does all of that, he finally gets the kids and they can spend some time with him. And we saw the pictures of them over the weekend. This just leads to me to believe that there's just a control issue here. Kanye wants control like he usually had, and he doesn't like to have to go through other people to get things and have things figured out. And so he's just adjusting to that. But what I see happening is as he's adjusting to that, every time he does something, a narrative is being built like he's crazy or like he's doing something, you know, out of pocket. And I first realized that when he bought the home across the street from Kim Kardashian, I thought it was crazy myself at first. Now understanding all of the constraints that he's facing with the the Kardashian family, I actually don't think that's a bad idea. I think that would be a great way for them to co-parent. I really do. So him saying that there's somebody saying that there is a hit being put out on him. I feel like if there's some legs to that, I feel like that's a part of a larger story around Kanye West. And that's just how I feel. I don't think the Kardashians are getting away clean in this situation. I don't, not at all. I feel like they're not helping. They're making it worse. And then she said something. So Kim Kardashian, of course, she replied, and I really didn't care for her reply because I know she can't really, I don't know, I'm not gonna say that. But in her reply, she said something along the lines of she wishes he would respond to his third attorney. And my thing, stuff like that is just, I think that's what's provoking Kanye's behavior. Speak to the third attorney. He's starting to feel distant and cold. So I don't see any. And if he doesn't want his daughter on TikTok, he doesn't want his daughter on TikTok. I wouldn't want my child on TikTok either. So that's why I'm sitting here like, what is the big deal? But the Kardashians are a business. North is going to be eventually the next business moneymaker in that family. And so they are trying to, I don't want to say it loosely, I want to say it strongly. They are trying to exploit her at a very early age. I mean, the girl's TikTok video is on TMZ. So yeah, I don't think Kanye is 100% wrong. And everything that we're hearing now, a lot of people are speaking about, their divorce battle and how it's getting nasty. And yeah, it's getting nasty, but I think it's getting nasty and it's starting to expose how much he wants control and how little he has control when it comes to his kids. So what y'all think? All right, it's ridiculous that he doesn't have the phone number to the mother. That's what I said. I said, who does, and then, that was another thing. I'm like, who the fuck does she think she is? Like, you don't have a talent. You don't have anything that makes you think that you're and so she said, as the sole caregiver or care provider, she said something along those lines, as the sole care provider. And I'm like, as the main care provider. And I had to look at it as some semantics because providing care doesn't necessarily mean money. It could just be simply providing care as a mother would do. But I didn't like her using that word either, as the main provider, because I'm sure some of Kanye's money is tied up into you and those kids. So, she's still rubbing me the wrong way. I don't like it. My internet is sucking today. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. I don't know. Oh, I got all these devices on Wi-Fi. I got like 4 white. my work laptop, the desktop, my 2 phones, this laptop. The Kardashians do this all the time to black men. Why is he acting new? I did a video yesterday where we spoke on some of this. Actually, is a good defense on his part to speak on this stuff. They are trying to build a case, V. Yes, they are. He has a known history of mental health issues, and Kardashians can spin the story quickly. Absolutely. In my opinion, Kanye has been lined up for real. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, I do too. I just happen to see and understand his side. And V, to your point, he should speak up about it, because I think what it'll also do is empower other men who might be facing issues of parental rights with their, their baby mothers too. So it exposes some of that. Like, I thought it was completely crazy. He's celebrating his first basketball team and he couldn't have his kids there. Like, that should be a no-brainer. I don't know if they got a calendar, but I mean, stuff like that should be a no-brainer. But he continues to date these white women. Now, I had a whole video about that a long time ago where I said he need to come home. Then I had somebody drop under my comment and ask me, are you racist? And I'm like, I'm not racist, but he does need to come home. Sometimes when you try things and you get the same results, you need to go back to what was working. And that's a case of this. There's no racism here at play. If he was trying, any other race and it worked, and then he came and did over, dated a black woman and it didn't work, I would tell him to go back to what worked. So I'm just telling, I think he needs someone who's going to be a silent partner, a supporter, and not someone who wants the limelight too. I prefer Miracle Whip. Here we go. The Kardashian machine is setting him up, speaking out about these matters to help fight against the PR narrative that are building. Yeah, because it is building up against him. That's what Chris did with Kim. Yep. She spent all of it. They're all products of the industry. Kanye made Kim a legit celebrity. Jay told him not to marry her. And I thought about that. I said, I wonder how Jay and Beyonce are just sitting back watching this. She used the legal language. It just means they have joint custody, but North resides with her. She's playing semantics. Ain't she though? Good morning, Square Biz. The Kardashians has TMZ and many other entertainment news outlets in their pocket. He will lose in the media. And he knows that. I found it funny that he was he said he made a mention on the interview with Jason Lee that they were trying to stop some of his deals. And I said, wow, they can stop your deals and you're a billionaire. It just speaks to their connections. You know what I mean? Like, they are heavily tapped. I'm sure it'll be hard for him to do anything with Hulu now that they're all over Hulu. I do agree. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad I felt the way I felt, and we all are like on the same page, because it's like, girl, slow your roll. Put a hit out on you. That's going a little too far. No, we don't want him. He just needs to chill. No to Kanye, the billionaire. He knew what he was getting when he got with her and her family. I always said he should stay with Alexis. It's hard. I think it's hard. I think because he had that image, and that's a part of Kanye's image, I think he now is sold to that idea that this is what my beauty, my next woman has to look like. Because Julia Fox to me does not look better than Kim Kardashian. In fact, she's not nowhere near as edgy as Kim Kardashian in my mind. I don't know about you all, but she's not. Like, that to me was like you stepped down. If he comes back, I want the Georgia Bush hates black people Kanye. Baby, do you remember that? Him jumping on stage? We ain't gonna get that back. That's a long, long gone one. That's gone. Oh shoot. I can't stand Kanye, but I agree with him on this. Yeah. Ever since he did the whole running for office, I started looking at him differently. Kanye willingly walk away from Black America. Watch Black America forgive and drag him in out of the rain, and he's going to marry another one. I'm paying him dust. I feel you. I understand. But we also have to look at his environment. Like, he is struggling with the loss of his mother. And he also recently said that he blames his mother for the fact that he didn't have really a relationship with his father. So I think all of this stuff is coming twofold, and he sees it in his life, and he's trying to stop repeating that, but he's doing it so publicly. Kim was his dream girl from day one. Yeah, it's bragging rights. It's bragging. It's a trophy, girl. It's the trophy. She's going to paint him as angry black man. I told y'all how they try to do that at my job. Until the HR lady who was supposed to be mediating us came in and she was black and she was like, It's unfortunate, but he may have to realize he won't be able to do much until they are 18. It will probably be too late, but everyone knows what that family gives. It you know, and it sucks for everyone who's still trying to get close to the family. You can't lose your mind with the Kardashians. That's what they want. Julia Fox needs to stop wearing the same clothes, and she's just something. She looked like she smelled like doo doo. Something about her, it just looked like she smells like just boo boo. Like I don't get into her at all. I definitely didn't like when she had the black cat eyes, smoky eyes. I don't like that. I didn't like nothing about her. Good morning, Southern Belle. How you doing this morning? Kanye is lining Black America up. He's currently dating a white woman. He's made his choice. TC, it's good to see you. I ain't seen you in a minute. Hey, TC. I'm serious. They did. I'm trying to tell y'all, they did. What did I do? Somebody said that I said something. That person called me and I was on the phone with them and I was like, no, oh my God, no, I didn't say it. You know, doing my normal thing. Person went to HR and said that I was on the phone and I said, get the fuck out of here. And I was being extremely aggressive and I was banging on doors and stuff like this. Now, mind you, it's a Zoom call and I'm sitting in front of you on the Zoom call. I'm like, this is how we're doing it. So when we got to HR, didn't understand that. First thing I said was, can you pull any of the footage from that floor? Because I mean, I don't think I ever got it from my office to go bang on any doors. And it went all downhill from there. It was just like a shit show. They was trying to get me. Luckily, I moved on from that location. The new girlfriend is white and malleable. That's all he wants. Just mayonnaise, getting better, just dropping in to show some love. Oh, I hope you feel better. Oh yeah, you know, I get through it because I have a letter being written. Gemini. I've been hearing Gemini a lot. Is this the same Gemini that's been on the platforms lately? Just trying to put two and two together. And if you all please hit the like, give me a tip for this video. I'm trying to get to at least 75, 80 likes on this video. I really do appreciate it. Good morning. All right. So I think we're all in agreement with Kanye. I think more of the story needs to come out. Resolution. I think Kanye and Kim need to do some therapy and shit behind the scenes as co-parents. And then I think one time they need to come out together publicly and speak about how they're going to move forward. Sort of in an Oprah style, sit on the couch kind of thing, because this is doing him no good and it's doing her no good. And I think they need to publicly show good favor and not just say it with words. All right. And oh yes, so let's get into this other story. This happened in Chicago. Now this is some more local news, some weirdo shit. So this man, I don't know if y'all know anything about Chicago's lakefront, but Chicago's lakefront is very much so watery. It depends on where you are, if you're close up north or if you're south, whether you're going to be close to the water or not. But it's all frozen. It's a frozen lake. So this guy decides to walk out there on the frozen lake, and he's just walking and didn't realize that he's walking on. Now he's on the lake. He's on the fucking lake, y'all. But the ice was so thick, he thought it was land. So I want to show y'all this video of this numbnut. Just slow in the brain. I'm talking about easy on the mind and difficult with the strategy. Why would you ever do something like that? Just ridiculous. I'm telling you all. So check this out. Can y'all see it? Oh, my Wi-Fi is for real going slow.
Get your free auto insurance quote in just 2 minutes. Insure on the Spot has the lowest rates, period. Quality coverage for everyone. With payments as low as $49 a month. Call Insure on the Spot today, 773-202-5060.
I'm going to go right out to Skycam 9. Take a look at this. We got reports that there may be someone out on Lake Michigan.
Look at this shit, y'all.
On the ice,
Look at this shit.
Skycam took a look around. Sure enough, there is somebody out there. But guys, this isn't right by the shoreline. As they continue to pan out, look at how far out this person is. We're still going here. Look at
Did y'all catch that?
The fire department is to look at this. We got reports that there may be someone out on Lake Michigan walking on the ice, and Skycam took a look around. Sure enough, there is somebody out there. But guys, this isn't right by the shoreline. As they continue to pan out, look at how far out this person is. We're still going here.
What a numbnut.
Look at that. Now, the fire department is actually responding off of the drive. I don't want Skycam to lose where this guy is, though. But they are off on the shore. We saw people with binoculars looking out on the lake because they got reports of somebody out there. So they went to the lakeshore to kind of investigate. We don't know at this point if they have spotted him from where they are, and they're trying to call him in. We're not entirely sure, but you can see. It looks like this is the police helicopter now responding to this incident here. So this is just off of 55th Street and Lakeshore Drive. I'm saying just off.
55th Street and Lakeshore Drive. So he's on the south side of Chicago, y'all.
I don't know if our photographer and Skycam can
Left
hear
his
me, but
ass
we
out
have
there.
that new tool now where you can actually measure.
Do you see that? See how far he was from the damn lake, y'all? Do y'all see that shit?
Look at how far off. So they're out there.
How you wandered that far?
Drive because they are out there with the responding units. But this is so
I'd have left his
incredibly
ass out
dangerous.
there
I was
like,
talking to Paul
baby.
earlier when we heard that this might be out here. How far out till you hit water? Where is he?
Right.
This is right near 55th Street.
So
So the Museum of Science and Industry, you can see right there. So 57th,
Let's zoom in again.
If you want to zoom back in on him, there you go.
There.
So it's not quite okay. So
Oh my God.
2 miles from the shore, 0.3-ish.
Yeah.
Wow.
But look at that. Okay, so we'll zoom back in on the guy here. You can see the police helicopter did arrive on the scene. So I don't know at this point if they're thinking, okay, do we try to do a rescue from the helicopter? We don't want this guy to fall
And he's
through.
still
Or do
walking?
you hope that
Oh
he
my
can make his
God.
way
Okay.
back?
Oh gosh.
At one point, we saw him take out his phone and look up and take pictures, assumingly of the helicopters.
Right.
So we don't know how
He
long
could
he's
fall
been out
any
there. We
fucking
don't know if he's
minute.
the
Like,
one who
dog,
called
you is
police,
crazy.
or if somebody else saw him out there. But it's you don't know where the water can get,
Right.
where you fall through and where it's fine.
I don't play with my life like that.
All right, we'll keep following it, Sarah. Thanks.
We'll be back right after the break with more on this. Stay with us.
Ain't no way. No way. Ain't no way. He looks lost. Crazy. What in the world? Listen, he looks lost. He was extremely lost. So he basically was like, he was walking along the lines. He was walking along the shore, and he didn't notice. He began to continue walking. He didn't notice the difference between the land and where the ice started forming on the lake. And so he just kept walking, thinking he was walking around the curve of the lakeshore, but he kept going in a straight path and caught himself way out. Now, you obviously haven't lived there for a long time, because there's no land on Lakeshore Drive where the lakefront is, where it goes out that far. It don't go out that far, bro. Like, I think he was on some drugs. Now, that is mental illness. To death, to his early burial. They only sent in a helicopter for him. They was gonna drop the rope and tell him to come up. I'm surprised he didn't freeze to death. They said so. It was a woman in her high rise who looked down and saw a man waving his hands like this, and she called 911. Crazy as hey, Miss Shada Bay, how you doing? I'm up early and saw you were live. Just want to say good morning. Good morning to you. Kanye and Kim are attention 304s, but Kanye would have broke the internet dating a curvy melanated woman, but he's trapped. He really I really feel like it will soothe a lot of his issues. He might be a visitor. Well, he is an international student. And so I don't know if he's of Indian background or not. It's literally like an ocean. Period. Period. Where are you going, sir? My God. All right. And then the last story I want to talk about now, I got both pictures, but I want to talk about it. I'm going to show the other picture, the final picture at the end, but I want to talk about it. So Lizzo recently, before Valentine's Day, put out a nude body pic of herself. They're calling it nude. I didn't say it was nude. It's not full nude. It's like any woman that'll do any nowadays, but because it's Lizzo, it's considered nude. So she posted this picture, and alongside it, she wrote, "If you love me, you love all of me. You don't get to pick and choose. We should be unconditionally loving of one another, starting with being unconditionally loving to ourselves. Take a moment today and think about the conditions we cling to. Free yourself in love. You deserve it." And here's the full picture. What are our thoughts? Now, I feel like Lizzo always does things to provoke media attention, and she never fully prepares herself for the backlash. Like she always does things that she wants to do, of course, but I feel like she always, like, as soon as she gets some backlash, she's going to freak out. She's going to come out here, playing a victim role. And I think if you're going to be like this and you're going to post like this, you need to live in your shit. Period. That's how I feel. She got guts to do that. I could never. I want her to stop. You see what I'm saying? I'm all for trying. I'm all for her expressing herself. Y'all want her to stop. She got guts to do that. I could never. Yeah, I mean, I think she is trying to finally say, like, look, I'm accepting of my body. She also noticed people saying that, well, she also said that, I've been over the years trying to lose weight. You all might not notice it, but it's just changed the way her healthier lifestyle. So she feels good about the way she looks. And I'm tired of seeing naked celebrities. Can we just accept talent alone and not the extra attention seeking strategies? Speaking of, yeah. Is she on the toilet? We're not doing that this morning. She seems insecure about her weight at this point. She's very insecure. And I think by putting it out here like this, she's like pulling back her layers. And it could be a good thing because she's opening herself up to the criticism early so she can just deal with it head on. And it also could be a bad thing because it could eat at her. It could take a toll on her. A lot of those, I mean, people can get brutal in those comments. And I can already imagine people having some of the most harsh things to say. I was on Twitter when I got this picture and I was like, well, Twitter done unleashed the wrath on her. I just feel like she just need to be prepared for sort of like, a lesson that I learned recently. She just needs to be prepared for it. That's it. Life is good. So you over it is what we're saying. Y'all have no let up this morning. I feel like it was a way she wanted to express herself. I mean, I didn't. I think she should do it. I think if you are an artist and you're out in the public and you preach those words in your message, being yourself, being free, not caring about the haters, then you should practice that. And if this is her way of practicing that, showing herself, just be prepared for what you said. Lizzo needs to seek professional help and learn to really love herself. Even if she was thin, that photo isn't flattering. She got bigger. I follow her. She is, and she's not that big. Oh my God. Of course, love yourself and all of you, but do we need to see all that? No, I don't. And I think, like, when you think of people who, like Adele, do you think Adele will ever have a picture like that? Because it's not the trajectory of her career. And it's like, where do you want your career? Are you saying now that I know it's one thing to be free, but you can always be free by but I just feel bad. I just hope she got a purple couch she can go sit on because I know she's about to, or something to sit on. I'm all for self-love, but also love yourself enough to lose the weight. She's beautiful, but her weight is not healthy. I have no comments regarding Lizzo. I'll listen to her music. I won't look. Please make her stop. Lizzo is not going to stop. And the surprising thing about it is there are some men who loves her. We got 70 likes. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you all so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the likes. I think that she's also just trying. I think she's a young girl who wants a man, right? And I think she wants a man like everybody else wants a man, and what everybody else does to get that kind of male attention. And I think these are little subtle ways that she's doing it, because there are some men who are attracted to Lizzo as she is. Those are facts, like whole facts. So I think that's part of what this is too. It's like saying you don't care but still complain about how you feel. And then as soon as somebody say, "Oh, you look like X, Y, and Z," she want to post that comment in her story and say, "Why are people so mean to me?" And it's like, Lizzo, a humiliation ritual. Oh my God, you think that is it? You think her people will put her through something like that? She need to fire the label. Fire the label. Okay, I need her to wear big clothes to put out fashion tips. Y'all are not right this morning. If women cater to what men like, Lord. I think she is trying though. I think she is. The conspiracy theorist. Are you? I think she's trying it though. I mean, what other female of her size is as sexual with their image? Monique was. Well, with pay. They only do these things to get public attention. Just give us music, please, Dan. Yeah, I mean, clearly something is coming. The same thing I say with Old Town Road. I don't even listen to him. What's his name? I don't listen to him. I just fell out of like with him. She's beautiful, but that picture is not flattering. But mental health is a real thing. It's the same bathroom where she was crying before when the people told her that she was a black. She was too big. That song about haters or something like that, and they were talking about her there, and she was crying in the bathroom. Hey, good morning, Shantae. Good to see you. Right, and then Monique admitted she wasn't happy being obese, and then she went on a nice healthy. Thank you for the share. She went on a nice healthy weight loss program. Nas X, yeah. I'm over. I don't want no more stunts. I don't want anything now. The word on the curb is he's struggling with COVID-19, and so he has been away from the public eye for a while now. He's been away for like 2 months. I think his fans said they haven't seen him for about 2 months, and a lot of folks are saying that it's COVID-19. And even if it is, I just feel like it's good. It's just good for him to be out of the public eye right now. I think he needs a reset, because eventually that toy look, that toy boy attitude, we're gonna grow out of that shit. Like, not everybody's living on rainbows and jumping down wig ponytails. It's just not relatable to me. It's not. Good morning, Kingsman. If you are trying to get a man that's worth anything, being new online ain't the way to go. No man really wants others seeing their woman naked, except for Kim Kardashian. Publicity stunts for new music release. Yep, that's exactly what I see. I see a new song coming that's going to be maybe a ballad that's going to talk about her feelings and some candid stuff. And so I'll put this picture out to win over sympathy, the public opinion, make people feel sorry for me. Then I put out a ballad song and it'll hit the charts. I get the rollout. It's just, it sucks because that picture is permanent. Just give us the music. Carrie Razor. That's all she wants. Yes. Is it before or after the pregnancy photo? Whoa. Oh, Nas X. I fell out of like with him when he started. Well, mine's is different. Y'all know I'm a barb, so my like fell out of like with him when he came out, basically saying all of a sudden now he wants to do a record with Nicki Minaj. I just was like, I can't do this. I can't do you and all of this. So can't. Trucking with Empress. Hey, what's going on? Good morning, Empress. I'm glad to see you here. Lil Nas. Yeah, I can't do Lil Nas. All right, so just a quick reminder, you all, really quickly. So today's foundation that we're supporting is the Hbcu Foundation. It's for the Access Hbcu College Readiness Program, and it helps kids that are in grades 8 through 12 by offering them workshops in time management, internships and scholarships, essay preparation, and networking. And so I chose this one today because I think it's great for us to give kids a head start at finding out what they want to do, finding out their education, always being involved in stuff. And I feel like clubs like this are exclusive to future thinkers. You know, I was a part of a club like this too when I was in high school, and it was always like the college readiness high school students. They got out early to go on college tours. You know, they got out early to fill out college application. You always had this air about you, like, you know, oh, I'm destined for success. So I thought it was important for us to give them some support so we can help reach some more youth. So they sent us a nice little thank you, and we gifted them $50. So I have the link pinned down in the chat. If you're interested in making a donation, do so. If not, you can always tag along to our donation. And I thank you all just being here, just supporting, you liking the video. When I say tip, that tip goes straight to these kinds of things. And so every time I make a gift, it's really on our behalf. And so far we've given $50. Our goal is about $500 to numerous organizations throughout the United States in support of Black History Month. And our theme is paying it forward. So I'm only focused on things that's moving the needle, paying it forward, you know, pushing people to the next level. So please, if you don't mind supporting them. If not, you can always, of course, say you support it on behalf of the King Roman News channel. Oh, you meant it common to be jumping down poles connected to her. No, the whole analogy of that. No, that I don't know who does that. I wish I was more active in college. Child, I went to class and worked. And what's the deadline? I missed it. Oh, it's open now. The link is on. I pinned the link in the chat. So all you got, if you want to make a direct donation, you can just go ahead and click that link. You can do $1, $5, $10. I did 50, and we're gonna keep going. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to find another very interesting organization. We're gonna find like LGBT Black organizations, homeless for Black children. You know, that's really dear to my heart. And I don't think people realize that, but we have a huge population of homeless kids. And sometimes you see them going to school, you see them walking, and you think they have a home, but they don't. And it's not that their moms or dads put them out, but it's that their moms and dads don't have homes. And by virtue of that, they don't have homes either. And so they're going to cars. Which house are we going to tonight? And so I feel sorry for all of those. I wish I had a big ass house and I could take all the kids in the world who are homeless, but I can't. So I think this is the next best way to support. So we will be doing that sometime, maybe this week or next week. Well, we got some days, and we're going to be supporting. We're going to spread our arms open, and we're going to try to touch as many people as possible. I don't want no cash apps. I don't want no super chats when we're doing this kind of stuff. This is really, really community service work and us pushing positivity. So that's all we're going to do. That's it. So that's why I put the link there so you can directly donate. And I can't create a fundraiser for my channel because you have to have a minimum of 10,000 subscribers. So, oh shit. So fortunately, until I get to that threshold, we'll have to do it this way. And I think this is cool, you know. And I'm going to send them an email, the director of their development, let them know that, you know, we made a gift on their behalf from this channel. And if anything else came, if you all put in a note, KRN or King Roman News channel, we can connect it all and have a full amount. So let's do it. Daddy and dad cap. I'll be wearing this when I walk my dog, daddy, and then I'll be forgetting it says daddy on there, and then I'll be realizing, oh, I don't understand why like a daddy has a sexual, like, oh, that's daddy kind of connotation. I'll be feeling all kind of weird, like it's just a dog. Okay, I will. Don't forget about mental health. Yes, we will be doing mental health too, and I want to focus on a lot of the mental health struggles that Black families go through, Black kids, Black men, Black children. So it'll be catered to specific, very targeted audiences. So we can go back and take knowledge too. Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. Thank you, Eclectic. So I appreciate it. Yes. Thank you, MCGV. I appreciate it. Coco, that's a good idea. Cool. Yeah, so we're gonna keep that going every time I come live in the morning. I'm gonna have an organization. I'm gonna donate beforehand, and then that's gonna be a part of our bucket. And then at the end of it, we should have given about $500 out. And I think the channel has made about $500, so we good on that. We can take care of it. We're gonna take care of our people. Grand Rising. All right. So that is all I had today in terms of topics. So we can just flow. And so I wanted to touch on one thing, and it's something that I saw that was very disturbing this weekend. And it was the re-uploaded video of Nubiology and her incident. And I just wanted to say that I am so sick of the words that we use in the beef sector to justify anything. The word selective outrage is so weird when you're using it in the beef sector when it's based on everyone giving their point of view, their commentary, you know. So how can you identify someone's point of view as being selective outrage when if I want to get mad at this situation or that situation, it doesn't matter. It's my opinion. So I'm that saying selective outrage when it came to this situation, it just bothered me so much. I'm saying, like, how is it selective outrage? You go and show anyone in the world what happened, and that is still wrong. I don't care who you show it to, it's still wrong. What makes it even more wrong is that the individual who was re-uploaded was not involved in any situation with anyone, just a mere bystander. And now you have someone who had to look at themselves in a situation and in a predicament that they never ever saw themselves in. And do you know how belittling it is? So now, not only did you do damage to your own channel by uploading that, do damage to the person who held that on their channel, but you just affected that person as a bystander forever, permanently, for the rest of their lives. I don't want to talk down or bad to Brian, because I think that's definitely not the situation here. I think it's a lesson. That man, I'm going to say this, and people are, that man can upload whatever he wants to. He can upload whatever he wants to. The bigger issue is that why did he feel comfortable enough uploading that? Why was he so upset to the point where that was even a thought? And I think when we start peeling back the onion and start looking at the deeper issue of people are really struggling with some things that go on down here, you guys. And I know everybody, it's the beef sector, it's about the mess. As I've been saying, and I always say, and as I watch this unfold this weekend, I'm like, I keep saying that. Y'all keep saying it's the beef sector. You got to do all of this stuff. You got to be, we're going to roast and drag. Yeah, but you're going to do it until somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody going to get hurt. Somebody feelings going to get hurt. Somebody going to really do something. Now, say, for example, somebody lives in the same city as someone, similar to Tim's book, and they pulled up on you and actually shot you all over beef sector online because you posted something. It's not worth it. It's just really not worth it. So no, I don't think it's selective outrage. I think he could post whatever he wants to. I think everyone's entitled to their opinion after he posted. Like, anytime, this is not apples to apples. I don't feel like her talking about her is the same thing as talking about someone who is in the situation and their illness. Or I don't feel like that's apples to apples, because again, we have an innocent bystander. We have someone who's not even in it. It's almost like you invited your mom on a panel to talk to you about something and your mom's teeth fall out. That's an innocent bystander. That has nothing to do with you or the show. But because we're in the beef sector and everything is mess, and we pick and we just gonna pull and pull and pull and pull, and now we got this situation. So now we have this, and it's happened, and the response has been very much so 50-50. People think it's okay. It is good. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Then you have some saying it's immorally wrong. It's unethical. And then you have Brian, who's saying he'll do what he wants because it's his channel. And I think at the end of the day, that's it. He can do what he wants. And how people feel is how they feel. However, it is wrong. It is absolutely wrong to put this woman in the middle of a situation. Now she's been permanently affected for the rest of her life. Like, that, to me, it speaks volumes to you and how upset you are at James and how mad he really pushed your button. He really made you mad. I'm glad that you removed the video. I assumed you would. I felt like you would. I assume you didn't want no one telling you what to do. And like you said, you wanted her to reach out to you. I don't know if she did or not, but I think that was a low blow. I definitely thought that wouldn't be something you would do. I assumed that you would just stick on picking on James, but to bring her into it, it was just like, wow, dang, Brian. Again, you do what you want to on your channel, but it's moments like this where it speaks to your character. And every time we come out here on Go Live and do something, put out quality or put out content, everything about it speaks to us as a person. And I know you don't want this kind of mark on you. You know, you're out here celebrating, and I mean, and when I say celebrating, the way the edit was made, the edit was made in a celebratory manner. It didn't come off after as if there was a lesson to be learned, not to me. So I'm glad you removed it. And I'm just speaking from like man to man. I just definitely was like, wow. And if the shoes were on the other foot, you definitely wouldn't want someone put in a video of you out like that. If you were on their panel and you started having a seizure, you wouldn't. Absolutely not. So, but the larger question to the sector is, when is enough? When is enough enough? You know, how far does a be, you know, you can't curse somebody out and then tell them how to respond. Yeah, but you can be excessive. And then sometimes you don't have to respond. So that's my thoughts on that. I thought that was poor taste. I didn't like it at all. I didn't even care about the people sharing the video. I mean, people gonna be mad for anything. People are mad because folks were sharing the video, and it's like people share every fucking thing. And sometimes people share because they're just showing support and they haven't even watched the video, and you can't be mad at them for doing that. Like, okay, they shared the video. You know what I mean? You have to really just look at a person's character for that kind of stuff. But this sector, this weekend, it was a very much so low blow. It was low. It definitely was like, what is going on here? Why are we at this point? Yeah, so what are y'all thoughts? Let me see. Yes, you crazy. Good morning, Voodoo. Hey, I watched it live on James. I didn't see it on Brian. I didn't go there to look. Crazy people with YouTube accounts. So here's the thing, Carrie. I didn't know that was on the video until I was sitting in James live and he was like, "Come here, Brian." So when I saw "Come here, Brian" in the title, I instantly went to Brian's channel and I saw the video and I said, "Oh my God, wow." Mind you, I hadn't even known this had happened to Newbie. So I'm not looking for anything in the video. And so then that happens and I'm like, "Oh my God." It put a bad feeling in my spirit, like, wow, you know, we got somebody out here playing with people like this. You know what I mean? Like, you know, making the edits on the head and all of that stuff. That it just, you know, it was one thing with the cat, but when I saw it like this, it was just, it, you know, you can, and again, that's not selective outrage. That's me having an opinion. You know, the cat video, to me, when he was making his edits on that cat video of Rico hitting the cat, I thought that it was definitely making light of Rico potentially something happened to him in his court case. That storyline, I wasn't looking at it as you know, I wasn't looking at it as anything other than that. I'm saying is I didn't see as much damage or as I did when I saw Newbie's video. I couldn't compare the two. I couldn't, you know, I don't fucking know the cat. You know, the cat really didn't have any existence to me in my real life or on my YouTube life. But Newbie, you know, Newbie damn near adopted me on Spill It Boy's channel. You know, Newbie is cool as hell. And I told Spill It Boy, I said, you tell her, I don't care what fucking video down of her. We all still think she's a queen. You know, it's embarrassing to see yourself like that. And then now you're running around here in the streets and people are looking at you like, damn, girl, you okay? You know, that's embarrassing. You know, that's hella embarrassing. And I don't, you know, I'm not the one that's trying to do the mess. So I'm the one trying to help, hug, and heal. So I definitely thought that was in poor taste. You know what I mean? And I was very shocked that was on the video. I assumed someone would have reported abuse or something, but it stayed up and it stayed up a long time. And I was like, wow, you know, I don't, again, I am never an advocate of that kind of content at all. You know, I could see putting up a video that talks about epilepsy and having seizures, but to have her actual footage in there is like, it's a little damaging. And then you don't know which of her kids saw the video. That's another thing. It's like, that's not for them to see. Oversaturated and doesn't apply here. Really, right? She was used as a pawn. Yep. You have such a beautiful. I love you and your channel. You will have that. Oh, thank you, Miss Shay. That made me smile. Oh, thank you. Hey, it's Jay. Anybody trying to justify that upload is just as tacky as the uploader? Yeah. Here's my thing is that everybody they can upload like whatever they want to their channel. It just speaks volumes to the person who uploads it. It does. It's like me if I uploaded a video of animated person stabbing someone in the back. Y'all are gonna look at me like, so Roman, what's going on? And that's what it did for me. And what I'm saying is, if you continue doing that, your behavior, your character, that's how people are going to begin to respond to you. So the lesson that I saw in that is, you want respect, you want people to look at you like this, you want, you know, you don't want to be talked about, or you don't want to be carried that way, but you know, what you did doesn't speak to that. It's almost like you're saying, come back after me, you know. And I think James took the high road and said, you know, I'm not even going to respond to this at this point. You know, this is something else. I don't want to justify him uploading that. You know, I don't know what made him think that it was okay. All I know is that he uploaded it because he really, really, really has to be mad at James. I mean, he has to be fucking pissed off and upset at James. And I think it was about him calling him COVID longs. I saw that on his wall. It's all unfortunate. Calling him COVID longs, and you know, he was in a devastating position. That's very much so upsetting, and you know, it's hurtful, but it's to him. You know, they're fighting each other. They're back and forth. He should have came back and said something to James about, you know, whatever's going on with him, not put somebody else in it who can be hurt devastatingly way farther than the person you intended to hurt. Now she has to live with that image. You know what I mean? And not only does she live with that image, every time she goes on a fucking panel, every time she comes around here, what are we going to see? And what are we saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's like, you can't fucking say selective outrage, because every situation is different when you're dealing with people in the beef sector. It's totally different. There's no selective outrage. This is a human being situation. If there was such thing as, I mean, there is a thing as selective outrage in a masses of people, but in the beef sector, when you're commenting on everything someone does back to back, you're offering your opinion, you can't have selective outrage. That's how you feel. And if there's more people feeling this way and more people feeling that way, that's just how it goes. It's not selective outrage. Oh, now we're going to dissect every beef in the beef sector to see, y'all got mad at that, but you didn't get mad at this. You got mad at that. What kind of ninth grade shit is that? That's what you call not moving the needle. You're not going nowhere. So basically what you're saying is, let's have the same situation over again. They're mad about that now. So what? We should do it again? Like, some shit gotta stop. It's not cool at all. And people will live with that. You know, the devil has a way of getting at people and eating at their soul in very, very strange ways. But definitely the two people that uploaded it were wrong. So it was two people that uploaded it. I thought it was just one. The incident and the actions were on a loop. So someone edited what happened. Yeah. That's the question. What made him think that was okay? Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, and it's not coming from a place of, bitch, what why would you do that? No, it's literally a conversation. Like, so let's really talk about, like, why was this something that you thought would be a great way to get back at James? Like, that's what I would want to know. Like, out of all the tactics that you could have used in your mind, you figured that this would embarrass him, you know, just to get some idea around it. He edited. Oh, okay. Exactly that part. Emotionally numb. Yeah. It speaks to your character. I bet you now people will respond to Brian differently. People will, you know, will understand what they're dealing with, because if he did that, all bets are off on anybody else and anything else. It almost sets the marker for him. It's like, okay, now we know how low you will go. you know, exactly what could ever make him think of it was okay to edit and make fun of it. Well, I was also considering the process, like the process of actually doing it. So when you were making the edits, how did that feel? See, this is why we do Run It Back, y'all. You see these questions? This is why we do Run It Back, because these are the questions that I would like to know. And I think they're very much so important. Like, so when you were editing the video and you were making those edits back and forth, how did you feel? How did you keep going? Did you feel like you had no remorse, no empathy, or it was just like, fuck him? You know, I'd be curious to know, because I think that speaks volumes to the disdain and sort of the hate between James and Brian. Good morning, Kimberly Black. It's good to see you, member. Good morning, everyone. The Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation is a good one. Oh, let me write that down. Yes. Y'all also send me organizations too. Y'all might see y'all organizations up here, and we're going to support them in your local neighborhoods, your local communities. Wherever you are. I'm trying to get national. So tell me if you find something good in your community. We can definitely throw some support there. Please remember, our goal is to support as many organizations as possible. And I love to be able to say we got somebody in y'all neighborhood. So members, subscribers, mods, y'all send me y'all folks. Send me who y'all think we should send some money to. Only the sick and deranged thought it was okay. So here's the thing too. I don't think it's good for us to put those kind of titles on people in these kind of situations, because it does more harm than it does help, right? So he's doing something that we think is wrong and we call him mentally ill. What do you think that'll make him want to do again? I just don't want to title him that way. It just makes me look at his character and behavior differently. Like, okay, if you put that up there, you'll probably, what else? And where's the lesson? What was the lesson? You just wanted to show that, I didn't see the lesson in that at all. Hot Spicy Tea. They saying Grish posted the clip he used, so it wasn't actually him exactly, but who knows, because it was wrong on all parts. Yeah, I think he removed it because there was a possibility his channel would get a strike. Absolutely. I think they would strike your channel for something like that. He seemed completely unaware that what he did was fucked up. And so to me, that just highlights how he doesn't even see that. He sees his target, who he wants to go after. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he's focused on tearing James down for some of the things James has said to him publicly in front of a lot of people. And this was the next best way to get him. It's always a game of who gonna get who first and next, and who's gonna be the more lethal. And I think this was his lethal blow. And unfortunately, it took her to be a bystander, but I think this was his lethal blow, because it was definitely some times sent. This was definitely lethal. It shook the whole fucking sector. I mean, everybody came out the woodworks talking about how either wrong this was, or why is everybody being upset at Brian. And my thing to that is, people can be whatever they want to be. You can't come down here and say, you can just speak your opinion, but to say all this selective outrage, well, who's being selective? Who's being selective in their outrage? If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. That's why we have people who feel like they're in a cult, because this selective outrage, we got to go with one bucket or the other. What are the fucking selections? If we're going to have this selection outrage, is my opinion, your opinion, and the truth. Those are the buckets. So when you say selective outrage, I'm saying, I'd be thinking like, well, where's the selections? You don't like it, and I don't like it, and you like it. Okay. I think it's another tactic to gang up on people, to single people out, to create more mess, to keep the story going. And it's like, that's not called for. And it's just like this, we really got to step up and be humans. That woman saw herself in a way she should never saw herself. I don't care what other situations is going on down here. You know what I mean? I don't think it's right. He can be exercising tomorrow and fall down. Karma can be a bitch. Yeah, and karma is real. I believe in karma. The universe is always set out to get you. You take something from the universe, or you do something to the universe that's wrong, that has to come back to you some way. The universe has to balance itself out. This is how I believe. That's why I be operating from a place of, you got to do something to me first, and then I'll respond. In this environment, people will do things to see how far they can go. It was great seeing everyone come together to say, no, that's how you create change. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. That's the bigger conversation. That's the conversation we have. How far is too far? Are we pumping the brakes on this, or we're just saying that there's selective outrage and let's keep moving the needle forward? Because what's the next after something like this? Good morning. It's good to hear a man address another man about this. Yeah, peace. I was sitting back like, wow, I couldn't believe that he felt. I just kept thinking like, damn, throughout the whole process, like even to the point where you uploaded it, it was just like, you know, and I've been on his channel before where he makes those videos and the clips and he goes through everything and it's always funny. That takes a talent. I don't know if you all know, but to edit videos and put them together and have it coordinated and sync like that, it takes some time and talent. So I give him kudos for that, but I never thought he would use his good talent, his good skills, all of that good work to produce something like that. I think that's what threw me. Somebody who looks at folks for their quality, their content, and their talent. I think, Brian, that threw me for a loop because I didn't expect that from you. You can give a good roast and you can definitely give a good gag. And I always figured you would leave it there. But when you pulled this situation in, I just felt like it added to your character certain things that shouldn't have have been there. That's all I'm saying. There's no way you can say that this is right under any terms, because if you can, then you could say it would be right for if somebody did this to your mother. If it's not right for your mother, it's not right. Period. Point blank. In the end, it is what it is. I think that is what happened. He said his page has been flagged, so he started a backup page. Exactly, Voodoo. And it tells the mental state of someone. I think Trish started it. When the people speak out, that's when they have drawn the line. It also makes them reevaluate their moral compass. Mental health moment. No, because I definitely don't watch him, but him means he do something crazy. Mental illness running rampant in our society and in the sector. Okay. And in the sector. That's why I always, sometimes when people are going off, or, you know, that's twofold. They're going off because they're responding to what's going on down the sector. But part of that is they're responding to their own environment. People are going off because they're not getting attention. People are going off because they don't feel like they're getting support, or they're, you know, all of those things. And when you think about it, it's almost like, what is really going on in your real life? Can we have that conversation? But that's not beefy enough. But those are the mental health things that I see sometimes down here. It's like a lot of people are suffering some things in their real lives. Even me, you all know about my situation in terms of my mother. I haven't talked to my mother in about a year. My mom, my biological mom, I haven't talked to her on the phone physically or saw her in about a year, her or any of my brothers. And so, you know, we all deal with certain things and we have ways to cope with it. And that's why I do the crime stories and I talk about the kids and stuff, because it helps me work through my own stuff. So you never know what people are suffering, and you don't never know how him putting that video out, what it did for him on the inside, whether it was a good or a bad thing. But we have to have that critical eye on where we're looking at stuff, not just surface beef, but now, why would you do something like that? Like, why would you do something like that? Because that's important. It's important. Yep, he would have. That's why I unsubbed. I heard from the streets that Newbie used to support his channel too. Yeah, I could believe it. Newbie is such a supporter of everyone. I'm telling you, when I was on Jane's panel, she was just like, "Oh, come on up here. I'm gonna adopt you." You know, just making you feel home. And, you know, and someone who was a mother of about, I think it's 10 kids, biological kids, that's all they have in their spirit, is to be a mom and to be concerned and, you know, to be nice and kind. And not to mention, she's very attractive. And you have this down here, you know how it's going to make a female feel, you know, having this footage out here, you know, it cuts them deep, and it'll cut a man deep too. Shit, it'll cut me deep to see myself like that. So we got to put the human shit back in it. You can roast and gag. You could have roasted him about that in a gag. You know what I mean? That would have been a little bit more classy than it. No, it wouldn't have been classy. It wouldn't have been right at all, but it would have been a little bit more tactful than putting the footage up. You know what I mean? There's a way you could have used that, but I think the damage is done. Nice slogan. Oh, help, hug, and heal. I got that from my mentor. She got a whole song. He needs healing from. Yeah. And it takes some people to just be like, yo, bro, what's up? And you cannot push everybody down. We cannot always say to people, you know, ostracize them, because everybody will be in that place one time. Everybody will be in that place. It may not be as lethal, but we're all going to be in a place where we've done something and we didn't realize it was a reflection of what we were going through on the inside, you know. And it takes somebody to say, what's going on, man? What's up? Like, you know, to have that conversation. Some people are open to it and some people are not, but you know, it's worth it, because if you don't, it's going to continue to happen. You know, we're going to continue to have, it's going to get worse and worse until we're dealing with criminal cases and stuff. I wonder what or who possessed him to finally remove it. Another question I would love to ask. Oh, help, hug, and heal minus the hug. Right. Hug from a distance. Yes. I definitely feel like that. I heard in his rant that when James is dragging him, Newbie is present, laughing along with James. So he just says he's mad at her, and that's why he made a trifling decision to go to the lengths he did. I mean, I still don't think that's, I don't think that's like justifiable. But again, everybody does what they want to do with their channel, and I can't justify why he did it for his channel. I'm just saying, I know from my channel, I wouldn't put that up with nobody. It's just not the kind of content I want to serve. And so I think this is what happens when we as people become so desensitized that we think it's okay to do something like that. I watched it in real time and it affected me, and I don't even know her. And there it is. It's the desensitization of these human emotions, these feelings of mental health. And it's all the way around. It's every single person in the beef sector has dealt with it. Somebody talking about them, about something that's really, really deep to them, sensitive subjects, making them feel ostracized. And that's where people say that, well, when they did it to me, they didn't say nothing, but now they're doing it to her. Okay. A non-content creator who was on a panel, not involved in the situation. That's the only reason I say it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. He hurt, clearly. Yeah, he's hurt. And I think a conversation is warranted, you know, but I know that we're in the beef sector. That's not what we do. You know, we don't have the conversations. We don't want to talk it out. We just want you to feel, we want you to lose. We want you to hurt. We want the public to look at you and, you know, all of that stuff. And I want to be king and I want to win the war and the battle. And it's just like, and then when all of that's done, you're back here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like you're back here, you know? So I think beefing in the beef sector, as I'm learning and watching, I think you can do it on a very classy level in a way that you maintain your integrity, but you don't have to do all this kind of stuff. This just leads you to believe that you ran out of roast and drag and gags and now have to resort to the most lethal thing. I'm going to donate when I get home. Okay, cool. Yeah, support them. You can do $1, $5, $10, $20. We did $50 this morning, so that she is doing well. Yes. I'm glad she's doing well. I'm glad and hold your head up. You know, this too shall pass. And just like everything else, this too shall be forgotten. It's unfortunate it happened to you. And it's unfortunate a lot of things have happened to us in the face of the public. But I think God always has a plan for stuff like this. And so it's just to make you stronger. So if this ever happens again, the blow won't be as lethal. You've now overcome something like this. So you have to look at it that way. You have to take some of the lessons in it. Some people are not able to handle YouTube. Nope. YouTube, Miss T Velocity. What he did was deplorable. I want sub to him, but everyone should unsubscribe from him. That was disgusting. Not a learning experience, as he tried to say. No one deserved that. Yeah, I didn't see the learning lesson in that at all. Myself, he has been exercising a lot lately. Let's hope he doesn't have an accident during this workout. That's not nice. One person's selective outrage is another person's free will. That's what I'm saying. Like when people say it's selective outrage, I be when I'm watching this shit, I be sitting here saying, we need some definition around this bitch. Selective outrage. Okay, so who are the selections and what are the different selections of outrage? Because when shit happens, people gonna lean to whatever side. January 6th, the Capitol riots. Is that selective outrage? Because you got one side leaning towards the other and the other side leaning towards the other. Is that selective outrage? No, there's a whole bunch of opinions there on what happened. And the truth is what's legal and what's not legal. So when you look at selective outrage, you're always trying to figure out, okay, so, but what's the truth? What's morally right? What's legally right? You know, what won't have me in jail? that's where we go from where we talk about selective outrage. If the core of the situation is I don't do X, Y, and Z, I won't go to jail, and then you got people on the other side saying, well, fuck that, and you got other people saying I agree, we have selective outrage, because we have a middle, we have a definition of what the actual outcome should be, and then you have everyone where they are. Oh, now we got selective outrage. But to say that him doing that caused selective outrage, it's like, well, what's the selection? Because in my mind, it shouldn't have been it shouldn't have been posted. This is not a part of the guidelines of YouTube. So I don't know. It's just like we use stuff and we be feeling like, I use the word, I'm gonna use the word, and it's like, okay, y'all need to, like, we need to get some real attorneys to be down here up and through this bitch. It's like dealing with your child trying to justify their bullshit. Like, go sit your ass down. Grish uploaded it first, but took it down once James said the hubby was home. Seems like her already had an accident. Bumped his motherfucking head. Miss T Velocity, thank you. Hey, thank you for being a new member. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, y'all, make sure you hit the like button on your way in. I don't know where we at in likes, but we made our goal this morning of 70 likes. I appreciate it. And Brian said, if we don't like it, unsubscribe. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. I don't really feel like he feels like that, he like that in his heart. And I can't say that for 100% because I don't know Brian, but I feel like sometimes when people say that, they're really, really angry and they're trying to get people up off of them. So it's like, you're saying some of the worst things that you could say to people to get them up off of you. Like, leave me alone, because there's nobody really having the conversation. Everybody's just jumping and doing the pile on. And when the pile on happens, everybody is just trying to get you up off of them. Fuck what you heard. It's time to get you up off of me. Believe it or not, some people will reevaluate themselves as well. You should. You really should reevaluate a lot of things when you begin to accept certain things that you wouldn't normally accept in your real life. I'm not sure how long you've been in the sector. Selective outrage does exist, but with this situation, it's not a matter of rage, just being empathetic. Can you just give me an example of selective outrage? Child, not trying to change the subject, but why is Tasha K on ATL News? She was on the plane that blew a Oh my God. Tasha K is not having no freaking luck. Thank you, peace. Tasha K is not having no. There's a conspiracy there. Los Angeles Animal Shelter. You want to do that one too? Yeah, we should support some animals. We'll do a twofold: animals and do some health therapy or something. He is desensitized. That is what it showed me. I agree. Especially taking calls for others to convince why it was wrong. Made him look real questionable. He was definitely flagged. I'm going to say people are becoming, I believe, subscribers have before he subscribed to him and not watching him on YouTube, giving him advice is counterproductive because he doesn't care. I feel you, TC. And you're right. You're 100% right about the subscribers have the voice. The subscribers are the actual ones who pick and choose who is going to be successful in the beef sector or on YouTube. It's all dictated by subscribers. So I believe in that wholeheartedly. I believe he lost subs over this as well. Yeah. TC, he was deleting all the comments telling him not to play it in the live. Mixology Plus, good morning. You can't tell people how to respond. That's the thing. That's why I said you can't have selective outrage when you're dealing with a situation where YouTube is built on post a video, comment. Post a video, comment. Post a video, comment. He posted a video, everyone commented. Now you tell me where the selective outrage is in that. I don't see it. I just see that people have opinions on how they feel about him relative to him posting that video, which are valid. Everyone's opinions are valid, but I don't think that, it's a case of one versus the other, no. I think you missed, I'm sorry, my comment, but he said Newbie was always in chat. And James J, so he had residual hate for Newbie. I never heard, I didn't see it. That's another thing, TC. I didn't even know he had hate for Newbie. That was not even anything that was visible. So that came, you know, that came as this incident occurred. As long as the majority continues to speak up, there's always hope. Yep. I've heard him speak on a few panels, and I had already drawn my conclusion about his mental state. Good morning, Fates. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hey, Paulette. Good morning, King Roman. Good morning. I felt so bad for Nubi. My heart went out to her, only a mean-spirited. Yeah, my heart did too. I instantly was like, oh no. James privates the video immediately to protect Nubi. Then here comes they cause more damage than anything. Yeah. I mean, the shock factor is going out the window. He is more talented than that, and that is why I chose to separate. And it was nothing educational or funny about the video, and to double and triple down on it is the last straw for me. That's the same thing I said. He's extremely talented. He puts his videos together, clever, funny, a great, you know, script. And I know it takes a lot of work to do that. You know, well, from in my eyes, I feel like it takes a lot of work to do that. So just to do that and waste it on, you know, of re-uploading a video of someone in one of their most tragic incidents, I just felt like it was a waste of his talent. Fates. I think we all struggle a little, some more than others. Not an excuse for being a deplorable human. He knows right from wrong. Yeah. I think when you get to the why, it helps you understand a lot of other things people do. You know, I'm not saying everybody's similar, but when you start being lethal in your responses, you start to get a picture of what are people's buttons and what could be other people's buttons. People love to use mental illness as an excuse for bad behavior. Okay, I'm coming out of the bushes. Hey, Blondie Queen. I'm coming out of the bushes. Hello, all. This lady might be suicidal after seeing that. You just never know, and we're going through enough with COVID, so some of these YouTubers need to grow up. I agree. That was the thing about it. That's why I said I think the biggest thing here was someone was affected more than I think he intended the outcome to be. I don't think he knew that she never saw herself like that on the video. You know, I don't think he ever knew that, and that ever passed his mind. I think all he saw was, up, here's another opportunity. Let me go and get it. And it just wasn't in the best taste. You know, TC speaking. That's why I said, TC, where you been at? New lows are endless. Neon necks, shaming mental health, shaming sexual orientation, shaming health status. We need a resolution. I think not paying attention to it and ignoring it is the best course of action when it comes to the beef sector. But unfortunately, we can't, because everyone in a way is entertained by it until they're not. And so that's sort of how you dead stuff. It's like, it's going to be funny until it's not. And who knows when it's not. You know, here we got a situation where it's not. Yeah, others were definitely affected. So now laughing in the chat is reason to be doxxed or humiliated, right? He needs to do better. No, it's not at all. Yeah, there are limits. There are certain boundaries. That's why I say that I don't want to go back and forth with a female online, gay, straight, bi, whatever it is, because I know the things that I'll say, I don't ever want to see them. I don't want to get that ugly. With a guy, it's a little bit different. I've had practice. I've done that before. It's more familiar to me. But with the female, I don't want to go down that path. That's simply because I haven't had to. I don't know what the future will hold, but right now that's where I'm at. And so I know what my boundary is, female in my ear, calling you a queen and all of this kind of stuff. Y'all queens don't bother me at all. I just be laughing like, but that's me. I know my boundary, and I'm not as experienced in the beef sector as Brian is and other people are to know, wait, I might jap on someone no matter what their sexuality is or their gender might be. So, but that's what I'm saying now. Zap Allen, I like your commentary. Thank you, Zap. Thank you. Welcome. Good morning. This too shall pass until something else disgusting happens. But he set the bar. Yes, I think the bar has been set. And karma is real. Ask how Tasha K flight. People need karma is real. And how Tasha K plane get a flat. Somebody don't want her to be great. He violated YouTube's guidelines, period. Yeah, that's automatically what I assumed. You know, yeah, I ain't gonna go to my legal jargon, but y'all know I start doing that shit. But I automatically went to, I wonder if this is a violation of the YouTube's guidelines. I think the selection outrage is being biased if it's someone you like doing something crass and you defend it, as opposed to being outraged no matter who does it. So I get what you mean in that. I was thinking that it was, we were saying it was selection of selective outrage, and when people respond to this, when people make their videos and stuff. Now I see what you're saying. If they're making their videos and only saying their opinion based on someone they like, whether they agree with it or not. I get that, and I do see a lot of that here. Face, yes, 78 likes, 79 folks. Thank you, I appreciate it, y'all. Good morning, Silky Black. I heard a dum-dum say she laughs at Brian video because they like Brian. TC, I think that is a better term. The truth is everyone is biased to a certain extent. I agree. Spammer in the chat. Oh, okay. Can I take you out? I took him out. I think I did. I'm gonna stop trying until I'm moving. I've just unsubscribed. Oh, I subscribed to your channel so far. You're the only user with class and heart. Thank you, Blondie Queenie. Blondie, you know it's an uphill battle for me to be even like this in the sector. So stay tuned, buckle up, put your armor on, because this is only the beginning. As much as we want to have like a thoughtful moment, logical, ask the questions, have the conversation, really dissect some of the beef, I've found that I have a lot of resistance to that because it doesn't produce enough mess. It doesn't produce enough conflict. And so while I'm going to move forward with that kind of content in the way I look at beef, just be prepared that I'll be hit with a lot of backlash, but I think I like how I'm doing it. And I think I'm interacting with a lot of great-minded people in the beef sector who really, you know, we are entertained by the beef, but at the end, we do want to have a conversation. It's almost like, you know, after you hung out with your homies, y'all, you know, debriefing on what just happened. And that's what I want to do. Let's debrief, you know, on that. So thank you, Blondie Queen. That's definitely something I like to do. For instance, someone said, I laughed at the video because I like Brian. That's the selection. If someone else had done it, she would have a problem with it. That's the selection outrage. Okay, yeah. Laughing at the video because it was Brian, whether she thought it was funny or not. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. This is the beef sector. Like Via said, if you're scared. Here's selective outrage. When 7 Stars decides to dock subs that did nothing to her, no one gave a shit. Are you talking about Fi Babes? Her fight was between Fi and her, not the subs. And you're saying that nobody got mad in the sector? Nobody came to her to Fi Babe's defense when 7 Stars was doxing folks from her chat? I just don't feel like that's selective outrage. I just feel like that's a battle between those two. Thank you, Carrie. Hey, 84 likes. I can read. Yes, I see. I see, Carrie. You know I'm new. For the entertainment doesn't mean I'm a violator. Yeah, I think there's a few components that made it different. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think the whole edit to the video made it seem less educational and more for a parody and to make joke of what happened. That's what I think. We have to stop this in the beef sector in certain situations. Not an excuse. Nubu was not in the beef with Brian. I agree with you, period, point blank. I don't care what it is. I think it was wrong. And unfortunately, it's just that we don't have to. Hey, Pastor, the right thing was done. He took it down, period. Yep. I am glad that he took it down. I'm glad that he thought about that. And again, I would love to just ask him, you know, was this in reaction or were you responding to Spill It Boy TV in doing this? And in doing so, it was a direct shot at her, or were you really mad at her and it was really a direct shot at her? Because now, as folks are saying that, yeah, you know, I'm speeding it up. Folks are saying that he really had a problem with Newbie, and I never assumed that he had a problem with Newbie at all. I never assumed anyone had a problem with Newbie, but I can't say that. The question though is that even though he's taken it down, you know, the video has come down. Now that the video has come down, the damage has been done. Is this enough? Like, is this a threshold for the sector? You know, when you begin to do stuff like this, where you're airing out people's illnesses or you're displaying them in their most vulnerable moments, can we all come together and say that's cap, or, you know, it's play by play? It depends on the person, because that's where the real conversation comes in at. Like, we can roast and gag, and this could have been a very roast and gaggable moment. He could have definitely roasted and gagged James about this happening on his channel. But to take the footage, I think you added a layer of setting the bar to a point where it's like, what's next? You know? Hey, Nikki, baby. It's like what you said earlier, what's meant by selective outrage. People are triggered by whatever triggers them, and they have the right to be. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. When I saw this going on, I was looking at reading the comments and reading everybody's different opinion. I'm like, to me, in my mind, all I saw was another content creator put out a video. And then as I was watching the video, I kept thinking like, now, but why would you do this? What would lead you to believe that this is a great response for what's going on? Those were my questions. I think everybody else was like, hey, you know, what are you doing? Take it down. I was more focused on why, you know. Hi, Jay Wilson, you up early at the dealership. Oh, I'm like, at the dealership. Getting a new whip. Thank you for being here, Pastor Jay Wilson. I appreciate it this morning. I'm lost. Don't know who you are talking about, but it's okay. I don't need to know. Well, we're talking about a content creator. His name is Brian. Some stuff was posted over the weekend. Wasn't in good favor, and got a lot of backlash. Once you post it, it's up forever. Trust me, people have their copies. I'm sure it's all over Lipstick Alley. Me too. I'm like, wow, we getting a new whip. Commendations to James for putting the video on private immediately. And I wasn't even there in the live. I was coming in and out of the live, and I was there when I saw her sitting there, and then I was out of the live. I didn't see it anymore. And then the next day, all the shit hits the fans. Were you the one who called into Brian yesterday and said you laughed at the video? So many Gemini. That's what I asked. I asked her, I said, are you the Gemini from yesterday? I hope she turns this around for her YouTube channel to educate dummies about seizures. And the thing is, I don't think Newbie makes content like that, but it would be a great opportunity. I was triggered seeing her in that moment, scared the crap out of me. Yes. TC, heck no. Oh, oil change. Oh, you know, that was going to spin real quick this morning. No, did you pray for my hairline? Listen, pray for your hairline. I told you I'm already looking at a hair transplant, anything. We were talking yesterday over at Peace Love, and I know you was, TC. That's why I said, no, that's not her. There are a lot of us, but I'm not. Pastor, you always leave and drop that car off and come on up, Pastor. We was over talking Peace Love, talking about hair, and I said my dad, he grows as he's gotten older. The way his hair loss has been is patches, like he balding in patches. And I said, the minute I see one balding patch, I'm going to get a hair transplant. Period. I'm going to. They're gonna have to start early because I don't want to see any patches. If it can grow evenly, I'm down. I can take that. But the whole over here is gonna be thin, and then over here is gonna be thin. I can't go nowhere, do nothing. It's only so much spray don't cover that up. I had to log off immediately. TC. All right, y'all. All right. It's two hours out. One more time, I just want to let y'all know today we supported the Hbcu Foundation, the Access Hbcu College Readiness Program. It helps kids 8th through 12th grade get prepared for college. We donated about $50. I pinned the link in the chat. if you're so kind and interested in making your own donation, $1, $5, 10, 20, 25, 50, whatever, click the link and make your donation. Remember, we will be making donations every morning live for the month of Black History. Our theme is paying it forward. So I'm looking at everything that's helping people in the future, next generations, children's homeless shelter, women's shelter, men's shelter. We got a couple of things written down. Some folks told me Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation, the Los Angeles Animal Shelter. So we will be doing that. No, I do not. You so innocent, so it will not matter. Oh no. So what I said, I might change my screen name. It's not all over lipstick. That video was filed. Oh, that's good. That's a good thing. No, because when I was pledging, I had to shave my facial hair and I had to go bald, and I looked like I was a preteen. I looked 12. It was bad. It was bad. I look like a little boy. What's going on with that daddy hat? It's just a hat it's a hat. And I was telling him that every time I wear this hat with my dog and I walk him, it's always like people be looking like, I'm like, it's not a sexual thing. It's just a hat. Like, I'm a daddy. I'm a daddy on multiple fronts. Jay Wilson. Thank you, peace, love. You won't have the hair issues that your father has. Take a look at what your maternal grandfather's hairline looks like. Oh, he got his hair. It's just gray. Please donate to Los Angeles Animal Show. That's my place to volunteer when count. All right, I'm gonna add them to the list. Ali, good morning. Awesome. Thank you, TC. Thank you. Yes. No. They tapped me on the shoulder when I first was in college, and I was like, no. I knew exactly what I wanted to be before I even went to college. I knew I was gonna be an alpha. Thank you, Tori. You made it to work. All right. Have a good day. You have a good day. Here go, Pastor. It's my daddy hat. It's my daddy hat. Sometimes you got to just have your daddy hat on. You're not the other person. Right. Yes, Ali was late this morning. A alpha. I was the one who liked to read books. I was always the one who wanted to take the instructions and read them from top down. I wanted to be in all the student government. I wanted to be everything that there was with an extra title on it. The other side. Well, let me find out. Oh, we got some. Okay. All right. Look at it. What's crazy is that this sector is so full of just well-rounded individuals. And sometimes you don't even realize that until you ask the questions and it becomes apparent. You would not know that there's so many folks in the beef sector who are well-educated, college degrees, attorneys, doctors, all that kind of stuff. You'll never know it because we all come for the mess and we don't get that other filter to just come off and debrief. So it's always good to see who is involved in other things outside it. Hey, the Unfiltered Muffy, how you doing? It's good to see you. Are you tearing that community wall up now? That's right. V got her wall. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here and start my day. My dog didn't even walk in here this morning. That's so weird. Normally, he always walks right on in, but he don't. Like an artist and a painter, I do a painting of you one day. Oh, wow. Oh, no. I'm telling you, I'm going to look. You're going to be like that. He looks young. You see it now? Y'all see the photo? Guiding me to the light. Because we can't be messy at work. All right, y'all. I'm about to head out. I want to say thank you all for being here this morning. It's always a great time seeing y'all. I'm telling you, I'll be missing y'all on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll be back Wednesday with some more news, a new organization for us to support. I think in 2 weeks, we're going to be starting on Fridays. We're going to have the special host that comes up and we go through the news all together. So I've been trying to find some folks that'll be interested, some new folks, some funny faces. They may not be as heavily followed down here, but you know, it is what it is. Of course, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. By Food Morning Show as usual, Carrie. Thank you for being here. Passing by the light, King Roman. Thank you. Have a lovely, blessed day. You too. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Y'all know I gotta play. Y'all know what I gotta play. Okay. Oh. And until next time. Baby. Deuces.
Light this bitch up.
Let's go.